on a quest to become the ultimate co-op player. Having played Diamond Dynasty for a few years now, I'm around the top 100 player in ranked seasons, and I can go flawless in BR whenever I really want to. However, co-op is unconquered territory. It's brand new to MLB The Show 22, and there certainly aren't that many diehards of Diamond Dynasty that play it all the time. And my previous co-op experience really wasn't good. So today, I want to become the ultimate co-op player. Come join me on my quest towards co-op greatness. Of course, this journey is gonna have its challenges. Co-op right now is in its infancy. The community is so caught up in grinding ranked seasons, events, and battle royale, co-op is pretty forgotten as a mode in the game, especially since you get no real rewards for playing it. So the journey to become a co-op goon is gonna be a little bit different than the other modes. The first challenge I'm likely gonna face is about the mode itself even working. If you haven't played much co-op, it's had its fair share of problems this year. Sometimes games don't start, the game could freeze in the middle of the game, of course. It could be very difficult to find teammates, and people disconnecting in the game makes it a way worse experience. Also, co-op actually plays a little bit different than the other Diamond Dynasty modes. You're likely gonna play on a lower difficulty like Veteran and All-Star. Also, since there are more players in the game, it changes the feel of the game online. It feels there's more input lag, so timing up your swings is completely different than playing ranked seasons or playing offline versus the CPU. And the third and likely most obvious problem are your teammates. Obviously, when you're playing co-op, it doesn't matter how good you do sometimes, your teammates could absolutely ruin the game and sell you out. Forget them just playing poorly. So the easy solution would be to just contact other people I know in the community, but a lot of them don't play much co-op just like I do. So I went on a search and randomly queued for teammates. Of course, I recognized my microphone wasn't even gonna work on my Xbox at this point, so I couldn't even talk to my teammates while doing this. So as you can tell, this co-op journey is gonna be a really weird one. I loaded into the mode and began my quest to becoming the best to ever do it. Eventually found my first teammate and I was kind of getting ready to hop in. Of all the cards they could bring, they brought Giancarlo Stanton. They chose some weird players on their team, so I was a little bit intimidated. And as we were about to hop on in, the game disconnected. And then again, and even again. Off the rip, it was clear that I was gonna have to be very patient in this process. It's gonna take a bit to find a game, and my patience is definitely gonna be really tested here. After about half an hour of searching for teammates in games, I finally found my first game. I matched up with someone named Dr. Bang, and we were ready to hop on into it. Big Me Pete, okay, I mean, we love the power. Griffey, good choice, Dr. Bang. Wait a minute, he's choosing Brock Holt? We came up to hit in the top of the first, and at first I didn't even realize we were hitting. He just might be a co-op god. I'll go with the low breaking ball. My guy, Dr. Bang, he's him. Wait, we're hitting. Guys, we're hitting. That was him hitting. And then I started to realize this is gonna probably be tougher than I expected. My first teammate seemed to be quite the personality, to say the least. He was talking to someone else while he was playing the game the entire time.
Trash, bro.
Doesn't really make much sense, but okay, we're not gonna question it.
Run that shit down, hell.
Yeah! So I don't even think he was paying attention. He's talking to someone. I was so confused. He was swinging at virtually every pitch, including pitches that hit his player.
Shit, I swung at that shit. What's going on out here, man?
And as you see with him hitting, there's no PCI that shows up, which means he was using directional, which means you're usually dealing with a lower skilled player, since most of the players who play Diamond Dynasty often use zone hitting. This man was absolutely a wild card. Oh, that's not a good pitch. No, you're not throwing a fastball right over the heart of the plate. As you see, we lost the lead because he was seemingly throwing pitches over the heart of the plate, so our opponents actually hit those pitches down the middle. I know, crazy, right? Later on in the game,
Dude, what?
Dr. Bang came up to the dish, and then this happened.
Oh, Chipper Jones killed that mother.
The teammate that I was just saying was likely not a good player was our entire offense. What is happening? Which really did not help with how bad I was playing in the game. Okay, grow up.
You don't make $1,000 a night every night. Every year you'll grind on this Giving dick all night.
I think my man is preoccupied in some other conversation here, folks.
You think I'm that hot that I just turned
Sir, please catch this. He's the GOAT! Throw it the first, throw it the first, throw it the first, throw it the first, throw it the first. Why are you throwing it the third? Throw it the first, 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 throw it. I was able to pitch a bunch of scoreless innings, but when he was on the mound, we can't be walking the pitcher. Ended up blowing the lead again. That's not a good pitch, my friend, but I got you. We gotta have our dudes back. We gotta get some runs for the team, you know? Don't. Come on, ball. Come on.
Man, they keep robbing us.
I was definitely not really hitting as well as I know I could. Put up pinch hitter, pinch hitter, pinch hitter, pinch hitter, pinch hitter. Okay, I guess not. That's a fun at bat right there, sir. And I learned with this game, especially with how my teammate was pitching, I was gonna need to hit way better than I currently was. Giovanni, Gio. So as game number 1 ended, I started to search for more teammates and again was getting unlucky with these disconnects. So I eventually decided to let some of my stream viewers join my party. After playing that first game and getting a feel of how co-op was gonna be and what I needed to do better, I wanted to use game 2 to just get some reps in and try to get a feel of that swing timing so I could improve my hitting. So we hopped on into game number 2 and this game started off with some promise. I got hit by a pitch my first at bat. Then my teammate came up with a bloop hit to get runners on the corners. Why are you not going back? You almost got out at first, but we don't talk about that. And after my other teammate ended up striking out, I came up to the dish with 99 Vlad. Oh, I'm your dad. I am your father. I finally did something offensively. Maybe I should use Vlad Sr. on my team. Which is a big step in this journey. Getting that confidence at the plate is gonna be a big part of this because if I can hit, then I'll be able to out-hit the bad pitching my teammates may deal with. At the very least, be able to contribute my own part to the game. But as you see with some of my other swings, I had to get the timing down a little bit more. Next inning on the mound, I was doing one thing well this entire time, and it was pitching, and I ended up striking out 4 hitters in the top of the first. In my next at bat, I got a triple with Jimmy Rollins. We're not gonna talk about that PCI, thank you. And for the first time, I felt we were actually rolling as a team. And I felt good with where this game was going. And then I came up with 99 Vlad again and did this. Oh my Lanta, I am this dude's father. I am this team's father. 2 perfect home runs on the game. Vladdy to the God Squad, I guess. This was finally the game where I started to feel confident. I was even making some plays on defense. I really don't know what happened here. Oh, he's out at first. But I was doing everything this game. And even in my last at bat in the game, I got 1 more home run in with Chipper Jones. And then, of course, we slammed the door shut and picked up an easy win. Also, GG's. That game was a lot better. We scored a ton of runs. But yeah, I think that'll be it for our strategy. So on that note, I decided to call it a day and pick it up tomorrow where I left off. The next day, I woke up feeling really good. I felt that today was gonna be the day that I end this journey. It was time for my final test of my co-op skill. So I had to go back to what I did at the start. Load back into co-op and find a random teammate, and hopefully I can come out with a big win. So I randomly matched up with a fellow Yankee fan as a teammate, and now it was time to prove myself. And as you see, our opponents are using 99 Chris Sale. They also chose the time of day to be in the day, with overcast weather, which means it was very cloudy and foggy. So as you see, when I'm trying to hit, there's a big problem. Couldn't see the ball at all. I don't know if my opponents did this intentionally. Sometimes people do it that way, but no matter what, it is frustrating to face. But since this was gonna be the ultimate test, I had to suck it up and deal with it anyway. So I started off with a very lucky double with Ricky Henderson. But of course, me and my opponent were blind swinging, and we got set down 1-2-3 right after that. We had Tom Glavine on the mound, who is honestly one of my favorite pitchers in the game, and off the rip, I start off with a really quick 1-2-3 inning. Inning number 2 came around, and the lighting was starting to get really frustrating. Pitches were getting thrown out of the zone. I couldn't see where they were going, so I was early, late, just swinging at whatever, and it was really not fun. And clearly my teammate didn't enjoy it either. As the next inning started, he quit. Now is when I recognized this was gonna be the test for me. My teammate literally leaves the game, and I was gonna have to be the offense on the team. My opponent showed some life. Posada hit a single, but I got lucky with a hard hit line out to end the inning. So I could tell my opponent started to read the ball a little bit better now. That, along with the cheesy lighting, meant I had to get going offensively right now. I tried to change up my strategy and just started to guess pitches. I would sit my PCI basically in one spot and just hope the ball ended up there. And then Ricky Henderson did this. And you know, I had to replay it. You gotta watch it. With this lighting, I am gonna try to get you a little bit annoyed, because I was clearly getting annoyed at the game at this point. And clearly that replay annoyed at least one of the teammates on the other team. Next inning came around, and again, my opponent showed some life. Josh Bell hit a perfect single to get the inning going, but luckily I was able to pitch out of it yet again. I was in the driver's seat. Chris Sale came out of the game since a pitch hit for him for the previous inning. So now is my opportunity to get the offense rolling. I did go scoreless in the 4th, but as you see, I was destroying the ball now. Then I pitched the scoreless inning. So the 5th inning came around, and I probably had my best swing of this entire video with Jock Peterson. Just look at it. Beautiful. 99 Aroldis Chapman came in, and in Aroldis Chapman fashion, gave up a leadoff double. Then I got a chopper to Manny Machado, who made a really good play, and then my opponent absolutely sold on the base pads and it turned it into an inning-ending double play. That's exactly why co-op could be tough, because you could have your teammate just absolutely sell you in the worst time. Don't worry, I wasn't done scoring though. I hit this absolute pimp job with 99 Griffey off of Camilo Doval, and it was now a 3-0 game. And this all set up for the perfect ending. 99 Mariano out of the bullpen to slam the door shut. I was set up to cement my co-op greatness. And of course, the inning starts off with a dinky single, because that's MLB The Show 22, am I right? Was I really gonna blow this game after all of this work? After a couple pitches, I realized I was facing the more free swinging opponent, and I decided to throw an outside cutter, and we got the big double play to give me 2 outs. And just like that, Mariano Rivera slammed the door shut, and I end up winning 3-0. Having been a player who hasn't played much of co-op this year, I'm really proud of how I played. I went from doing worse than a player who played on directional, who wasn't even paying attention to the game, to winning a somewhat cheesy game on my own. And while it may not matter much right now in MLB The Show, I think I've become the ultimate co-op player. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that thumbs up and let me know in the comments how you feel about this style of video for a gameplay video. Again, something a little bit new for the channel. And if you haven't, you should watch this video right here where I talked about how Trey Turner became a stud in Diamond Dynasty. I think you'd enjoy watching it. But you all have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you all again on the next video later this week. Deuces.